Hello and welcome to a special episode of the Scottish Football Podcast. Ahead of the new season, we're going through each Premiership club and asking what their fans can expect from the season ahead. This episode, we're focusing on last season's Championship champions, St Johnstone.
That's a decent ball near Payton! That could be the goal that really puts the seal on the title. Brilliant header from Rooney Payton.
I think all the goals we scored, they were beautiful goals. They were a combination of many players and then of course the individual quality.
The Scottish Football Podcast from BBC Sports Scotland.
Yes, hello and welcome. Turns out saying Championship champions is much harder than you would have thought. Today we're taking a deep dive into St Johnstone throughout the season. First up, we're joined by Danny Williams from the Dogger Saints podcast. Danny, how are you?
I'm all right, Ray. How are you keeping, mate?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm looking forward to another season in the Championship. So cheers, thanks to your team.
Was there a contingency plan in place in case you went up, like, for you to be on this and someone else to host, or were you just going to...
No, it just would have been a much more enjoyable podcast for everyone involved, I think. And let's be honest, it's the BBC. We can find other Thistle fans. We'll be okay. Also joining us is actor and St Johnstone fan Colin McCredie. Colin, have you missed watching St Johnstone over summer, or has the World Cup been good in between?
Ray, it's nice being the Championship champion. See, it is easy to say. Have I missed... Actually, no. I quite enjoyed. We had a great season last year. Great football. Finished quite early. Had the excitement of the World Cup, and enjoyed the social side of Scotland. And I'm now still enjoying the World Cup. I think it's actually been pretty good football wise. So excited that we're getting close to the League Cup games. But no, yeah, I've enjoyed the break.
That's a sentence never uttered by anyone in Scottish football. Excited we're getting close to the League Cup games.
No, I love the League Cup.
It's good when it's there. It's nice, like, I was looking at our fixture, so next week we play Brecon. You're like, oh, that's a nice wee novelty. But it's so early, 11th of July is crazy. Right, well, as we record this, it's the beginning of July, and the teams are back in pre-season, and we're looking for everyone's thoughts turning to the season to come. So, Danny, this is going to be a really interesting season for St Johnstone because Simo Valakari essentially was in the job from October when you were in the Premiership, didn't manage to keep the team up, got heavily backed, brought the team back up at the first attempt. Now it's about where you can kind of solidify. So what's your thoughts on the season ahead? Are you aspirational? Are you looking forward to it? Where's your head at?
I'm very much looking forward to it. It is going to be nice. I mean, I enjoyed the Championship. We had a great season. It was a good laugh visiting new grounds and stuff like that. Arbroath away is always good fun. I'm going to miss that. But other than that, it's nice to, I think, when you get so used to, you'll know this yourself, Rory, when you get so used to the Premiership, going back down, it's the aim, it's the golden goose. You want to get back up. And yeah, to do so the first time Vaskin was obviously a great achievement for the manager and the team. So I think this season, we're looking... I think the majority of the sides stayed together, which is good. They're going to need to step up. I think the signings, I'm sure we'll come on this a bit more later, but I think the way the squad's shaping up is looking, it's probably what I've wanted for quite a while, those last sort of few years in the Premiership when we were building a really good team for the 2012-2013 season. Signing, obviously, very experienced guys and very good players, but guys maybe at the back end of the career. I think now we're looking at the guys we're bringing in. They look of the right profile, and they look like they've got levels to go in the career, and they're all good players. So I think I'm very excited about it. It also helps that there's a few teams there that I think we're not looking around and thinking we're the numpties in this division. If you get me, there's a few teams.
There's a few other numpties there.
Yeah, there's a few other numpties. No, I think obviously last season, 2 seasons ago when we were our last season in the Premiership, I said at the start of the season, you're looking around and thinking, right, who's the who's the easy beats in this division, and then you're thinking, oh, there is none, then it's you. This season, probably not easy beats, but probably looking around and thinking there's a lot of teams that could be fighting in that bottom half, like maybe we would be. I think a good season would be steady Eddie, sort of 7th, 8th, but other folk might have a different view. In all honesty, I'd take 10th.
Yeah, of course you would.
I'd take 10th. I'm going on about this.
Colin, let's chat about those signings because, as Danny said, it's been an interesting approach by St Johnstone. So Logan Chalmers, age 26, Unax Alvarez, age 24, Danny Finlayson, age 25, Matty Todd, 25, Rory Payton, 25. It seems to be there's a clear plan of getting people with a little bit about themselves that have done a little bit of proving, but maybe still have a bit to go. How do you feel about those signings? And to counter that, I noticed 2 left wingers, Chalmers and Alvarez. Is that to kind of cover the miss of Josh McPake?
Yeah, so I think I'm quite excited by the players we brought in, and I'm quite excited that we've managed to retain some players. So we retained Chikdi Abate, Rory Payton, who'd been on loan. We got back, signed fully. There's a rumour, very strong rumour, that Toby Stewart's going to be coming back in goals. Mm-hmm. So I'm very happy with that. The signings we've brought in have been predominantly championship players, but top-end championship players. So they're going to, I think the whole team and the new players coming in, we're going to have to lift our level for the top flight. And that would be my only worry, is a slight lack of Premiership experience through the team. Obviously, there's people like Holt and Gullen that have played there. McAleer as well, I think, played for Livingston. But no, I'm pretty excited. There's been one pre-season friendly, scored quite a few goals. And again, following on from last year in the Championship, the joy of that was it was following a team in the previous 5 years hadn't won many games, and then having a year of winning, scoring, and no VAR was very nice.
Yes,
but
yes.
Optimistic about the signings, but a bit concerned about maybe a lack of experience.
And when you mentioned Rory Payton, happy to get him back. Can you see him leading the line? Do you think you need another striker? Do you think Payton's got enough goals in him?
I think we're okay up top. If we've got Louis Lloyd as well, but he's injured. We've got Josh Fowler, who's not quite hit the ground fully running. He's been chipping in with goals. I'm expecting him to step up. I think it's a big step up for him. Payton, I've got no worries at that level. And obviously the loss of Josh McPake is going to be a big loss. But the thing is, we only really had one brilliant season from him. Mm-hmm. So it was a fantastic season, but I don't feel as if, I think he rose to the occasion, delivered, and is gone, and I'm very happy with that. You know, players improving for us and then moving on. We've got a few wingers coming in. I think Logan Chalmers is a very good replacement, and we'll see how Unax Alvarez, the Basque star, how he will get on. But I don't know anything about him, but we shall see.
No, he's one of those signings that you get excited about just by his name. And it's just like, yeah, he'll be good. With Logan Chalmers, I would say, for Thistle, he can blow hot and cold, but on his day, he's superb. He's absolutely superb. Danny, Colin mentioned it already. Toby Stewart has been likely to return. I remember doing an off the ball with Stuart Cosgrove, and we were saying the old adage, don't fall in love with a lone player. And he was massively in love with him. If you do get him back...
That's because Stuart was getting free tickets from his mum.
I did find that out after. Danny, how big a return would that be to get Toby Stewart back?
Absolutely huge, Ryan. I think just from I'll leave the emotional perspective to one side, that everyone loves Toby and he's the best guy ever. And his mum can start sorting everyone free tickets out, not just Cosgrove. Absolutely delighted. So obviously it's great to have someone that everyone took to the hearts coming back for another season. But just in terms of, to be all boring and footballing on a football podcast, which isn't like me, you just from a practical perspective, having that spine in your team in place is just so important. So, and obviously at the back, all this, it'd be the same centre halves as last season with Diabate and Baird and Morgan Boys. So just having the same guy between the sticks and having that continuity is absolutely massive. It also helps that he's so good. Like, he's so good. And I did think, because the talk was that Portsmouth were looking at getting him out to a club in England, which I would have understood, and maybe would have understood for him a bit closer to home. But he loved it up here. His mum and dad were up all the time. And in reality, Scottish Premiership, I mean, Portsmouth in the English Championship, they weren't going to get into another Championship club. So I think this is as good a level as they could have got him out to. They've got high hopes for him, understandably so. And he'll continue to develop, and he'll be a better goalkeeper than last season. So yeah, I mean, it's just a great move. And obviously then as well, it looked like we're going to have to bring in 2 goalkeepers, really, because Ross Sinclair was out of contract as well. Sinky's signed on for another couple of years. He'll be probably nominally be second pick, but he'll be sort of trying to fight to get his way into the side as well, and a bit of healthy competition for Stewart. So yeah, I mean, that's just a total headache or potential headache that's disappeared, and you can concentrate on other areas of the team now. Maybe look at another 3 or 4 left wingers. That seems to be the general vibe.
That's what I was going to ask, Colin. Where do you need to strengthen?
So obviously we were talking glowingly about Toby, and of course he hasn't yet signed on loan. So yes. Let's keep those fingers crossed. I think we're looking all right. I'm actually not worrying. Obviously, I think getting Toby back would be the final piece of the jigsaw. I'd rather not sign players for the sake of it. We've got a guy on loan, I think, in training from Dundee. Is it Max Anderson, I think?
Yes.
This week. The trial lister that I think Bozo is back on trial, who has been with us for the past 2 years but injury, so he might be coming back if he gets offered a contract. So Bozo Mikulic, if he signs, that would be great. So yeah, I'm not worrying at the moment. Maybe see how we get going in the League Cup and see if injuries, etc., whether we need to bring anyone in before the end.
How much? There was a lot of kind of plaudits sent Simo Valakari's way, kind of rightly, last season for bouncing back, because as we all know, Danny, you touched on it earlier, I've been a fan of a team in the Championship, which feels like most of my life. It's hard to get out of. How do you think, Colin, Simoball will work in the Premiership?
I think what's interesting, analysing Simo's time at Saints, obviously you said he came in October. I think we were 9th or 10th. We ended up finishing 12th. So he didn't turn us around that season. A lot of pressure on him last year to bring us back up. And not only did he bring us back up, we played great football and it was great fun. So I think it's a big season for him next year. We're going to have to raise our game. And is Simo's ball the right way to play in the Premiership? It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I think come Christmas, if we're not doing so good, the pressure might start to go back on Simo. And if we're ticking along nicely, I think the pressure's off him. And again, as Danny said, you just want to not be worrying every week about losing. So hopefully we'll get a few early wins and that takes the pressure off. But yeah, optimistic. As I say, we've had one season where Simo wasn't so good, and then one season when he was magnificent. So somewhere in the middle, I'll be fine.
I think that's one of the big things actually that probably isn't being discussed about Simo. That first season, he didn't have his own guys. He didn't have his own his own backroom team actually, really, but also his own players. So that was almost, I'm not going to say it was a get out for him, but it could almost point to the thing of, well, this was someone else's squad, and that's maybe why that's maybe why there was a few struggles there, and obviously we got relegated. But he's not really got that this time round, and he's on such a. I mean, he's so well thought of by the club and obviously by the city as well. It's quite a thing, to be honest, but he's probably got to be held to the same account as Colin says, but as everyone else and as every other manager. You can't, just because he's a really good guy, it's still a results business, and we're probably going to have to, and if things aren't going well, then the people who are are there to make decisions. Might have to make one, but for now, he's the guy.
Well, let me ask you about this then, because if you're chatting about pressure, Colin, you mentioned pressure coming in. Danny, you're talking about it's if we have to make decisions depending on how it goes. Colin, American owners haven't always been a success in Scottish football. How do the fans feel about the ownership structure at St Johnstone?
Oh, that's quite an interesting thing. It's been a bit of a summer of upheaval. I think there's been so much positivity with the new owners, lots of changes, lots of positives. Basic things like the new scoreboard, and we now play in a campus. We don't play at a park.
I didn't know that.
We're on a campus. But there's been a lot of unrest over the season tickets, and that was a massive failure on the board and the owners. Just too many changes in one season. We've now got three prices of seats. We're going to be given 3 stands to the Old Firm unless we sell enough season tickets. The family stand's being moved. Free kids tickets are only allowed if you sit in one area, so people are having to move from their friends. There's been a lot of effort and interest in bringing alcohol and opening bars. So, yeah, I think I'm all for change, but I think there's just been a lot at the one time. And a season that ended with so much positivity, kind of negativity has come in over the summer, and I think the club have made big mistakes over season tickets. And if we have a good season, they might get away with it. If we don't, it'll be interesting next season what the changes will be.
See, this is why doing this kind of podcast with fans instead of just players and pundits is fascinating, because a player's not giving you his thoughts on the season ticket pricing structure. This is exactly what you want. Danny, when you look,
say anything, I'm happy to say anything. Do you know what I mean? So I'm honest about these things. And the weird thing is, rather than put the tickets up, some people have had huge increases. My season ticket's gone down £5, and I would actually have quite happily paid more.
Yeah. Danny, when we look at the season as a whole, in a minute, I'm going to get you both quick fire questions to kind of let you know what your thoughts are about the team. But what's your gut telling you? Are Saints going to do a Falkirk in top 6 or a Livy and straight back down?
Somewhere in the middle. I think we'll be down the bottom end, or in the bottom half, I should say, for most of the season. I think we've got a good chance for a decent start. First couple of weeks, I think we've got St Mirren and Kilmarnock, who are the 2 of the teams that you'd maybe look at us being around next season when push comes to shove. But yeah, I think we've got a good chance for a fast start, and yeah, we can take it from there. I don't think we'll be pushing top 6, because I think there's not a chance Aberdeen are as bad this season as they were last season. There's not it's impossible.
Hopefully they are, for our sake.
Oh, hopefully they are, yeah. I mean, who knows? I'm saying that more with my head than my heart. I hope they're down there. But yeah, I mean, you're looking at it, the Old Firm, Hearts and Hibs, Aberdeen, probably. I mean, there could be an opening there. There could be an opening for a team to break into the top 6, because I don't think the Dundee team's up to much. But yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think it'll be a season of some decent highs and probably a few good hidings in there from some of the teams at the top end of the table. But was ever thus. So I think we'll be all right. we talked, not to go back to the ownership question, but I think that's the one thing that I maybe did get a bit concerned by, was when our chairman did say we want to follow the Falkirk model. I'm like, nobody's ever said that sentence before in their life. Like, to do with anything. Maybe, building wheels and stuff like that. Maybe that's the Falkirk model. Good waterway systems, but other than that, it's...
to be fair,
I got where he was coming from.
They do have a lot of season ticket holders, though, Danny. They've got Falkirk, have got over 6,000, I think, which is unbelievable for a club of their size. Yeah. So if we could match that in season tickets, I'd be happy. But unlike
Colin, what will you get season ticket wise? How many will you get? How many season tickets do you think you would get?
At the moment, I think it's about 2,500, but we need to sell
2.5 last season.
3,800 to not give 3 stands to the Old Firm. So I don't think that's going to happen.
No, that's big. Right. Before we go, let's get some quick fire predictions from you both. We're going to do this for all the teams. Same questions. I'm going to give you a question. Quick fire answer, please. Colin, we'll start with you. What league position are you going to finish in?
9th.
Danny?
8th.
8th. 8th and 9th, okay. I can't wait to play these back at the end of the season. Danny, who will be your player of the year?
Josh Fowler.
Colin?
Rory Payton.
Colin, your new kit, love it or hate it?
Love the home, don't love the away.
Yeah. Danny?
I think they're both sensational. Love them both.
Okay. On the scale of 1 to 10, how sugly is the manager's peg, Danny?
About 2.
Colin?
So I take it 2's not sugly, yeah?
2's not sugly, yeah.
I'll go with 2 as well.
Yeah. He won the league last year. Come on, lads.
Like it.
And finally, Danny, in a word, how do you feel about the new season ahead?
Giddy.
Giddy is a good word. Colin?
Optimistic.
Oh, it's been quite refreshing to listen to this because you both seem like you could do something next year. And, well, I say next year, I mean 2 weeks' time. It's going to be a good season ahead. Time to wrap things up. Many thanks to Danny and Colin, and thank you for listening. Remember, we're doing preview episodes for every Premiership team, so check them out in our feed if you get a chance. And to keep up to speed with everything you need to know about the national game and to be alerted when new episodes are out, subscribe to the Scottish Football Podcast on BBC Sounds and have push notifications turned on in your phone settings. Colin, Danny, thank you for joining. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
For everything you need to know about your team this season, download the BBC Sport app. All the latest news, goal updates, stats and scores, and insight and analysis. Just select your club to get the biggest stories and best content at your fingertips. What a result. Download the BBC Sport app for everything you need to know about your team this season.